there are 3 pillars of sustainability. And these are described as the economic pillar, the environmental pillar, and the social pillar. But don't forget that we are saying that sustainability is maintaining wise use of resources.
Okay.
So economically, if you want to be sustainable, what do you do? Wise use of resources. And in fact, it's just telling you that there should not be any waste from production to in fact across the production process to even SDG 11 talks about responsible.
That should be SDG 12.
12
responsible
12
resources.
So if you are responsible, and sustainability is responsibility, so that responsibility in resource use, use resource wisely. So fine, no matter your economic targets, just ensure that you in fact, in effect, to maintain production, that's the economic issue. To maintain production, what do you put in? Raw material.
Yeah.
And get your final product out. So sustainability is telling us that your raw materials must be acquired without unduly stressing the source. I'll come to that. Yes. And then along the process, there should be just wise use of all the resources. Till come to the end, ensure that you don't generate waste.
So you mentioned the economy, environment.
So I'm coming to the environment,
and then people.
Yes.
So 3 pillars.
Yes.
The economic pillar is such that whatever economic activity you are doing, you must do it responsibly.
Exactly.
And
with resource conservation in mind.
Conservation in mind.
Yes.
Without impacting the environment negatively.
Exactly.
That is the economic pillar.
Okay.
Give us
so
the rest.
I've used the water body issue and the forest body issue, the forest issue, to explain the environmental.
Yeah.
Where do all our resources, what we call natural resources, where they come from? From the environment.
Yeah.
And these are products of environmental or interactions within what we call the environment. They are products of interactions, and it means that the interactions are between entities within the environment. And basically, basic ecology will tell you the interactions between living and non-living things. You know my favorite example, mango. How is mango produced? So
you plant it.
Yes. So when you plant it, when does it? What do you see before it starts fruiting? The flowers are produced first.
Yeah.
And after that, it brings with it some flies, butterflies and things, other dipterans. Let me exercise my basic zoology. What do? They effect fertilization, because there must be fertilization between the male portion of the flower and the female portion, so that once then the fruits start. Meanwhile, there's first the flower must be pollinated.
Yeah.
Again, you have some living entities affecting the pollination. So it's after pollination, then fertilization. Even wind has the ability to affect pollination. So look at this myriad, this network, then your mango is produced. Sometimes you see the mango, the fruits dropping at a certain maturity stages. And I told somebody that it's called abortion. These fruits are aborted before reaching maturity because something might have happened. And I use that example to indicate, to tell us how intricate, how delicate that interaction is. So it means that if something happens and a member of that network is is prevented from carrying out
its function,
then it means there will be no mango.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And also, not just I mentioned delicate, not just being prevented, but probably it's doing its work all right. Somewhere along the line, just before it gets to the end, something happens. I can give you another example. You know, previously we used to have plenty adodi area, in the Volta system.
Yeah.
But they will tell you that the production declined when the dams were constructed and opened.
Okay.
Previously, the river was unimpeded and was enjoying the natural flow regime and then salinity regime, because it's linked with the. And where do you get the adode from? From the communities within a certain distance from the sea. So the mixing of the saline water and the fresh water creates a certain delicate salinity balance that then gets the adode to proliferate, to give birth. But the dam affected the flow regime and also affected that salinity.
So every action we take affects a certain ecosystem and certain activities that may impact us positively or negatively. So our decisions, if you are making economic decisions, we should look at its impact on the environment.
Yes. But then there's always that, because of this, there's always a conflict between the economic and the environment. Because in the economic production, there's no limits. So long as you provide your raw materials, and that's the reason why you set up a factory and give it has production capacity up to. It means that you can only get to that capacity when you have a certain volume of raw materials and electricity, water, everything at their optimum. But in this case, from what you just explained, with the environment, there are limits to production. There are limits to everything that happens there, because this is linked with the rate of production. So it has its rates, the volumes of anything that can be produced within a certain time frame. So with that limit, with that limitation, the economic sustainability will not depend on that resource base to achieve.
So Doc, in this regard, let me go back to your first example, gold, for example.
Yes.
We should be able to sit down as a nation and draw a model where we say our forest and water bodies recharge at this rate.
Yes.
So if you are going to mine gold in this area, this is the strategy. This is the quantity we can mine at any point. To enable the forest to regrow, and then the water bodies to also recharge. In that case, we are not just extracting gold, but we are extracting gold with the environment in mind.
That's what we should be doing.
Give us the final pillar before we go for a break, and
that's the social pillar.
The social pillar,
which is just talks about people, about equity. Everybody must be treated equally. Access to everything must be shared, must be equal. So you don't. In some situations, we talk about marginalized. Why are they marginalized? Your clout in society or whatever that you possess in society, you are still part of the people. So that is what the social sustainability talks about. So that any resource that is generated must be shared equally, must be equal assessment, give people equal voices, equal participation, equal involvement. So basically that one.
So in our national development agenda, for example, if Minister Atuforsen is preparing his budget, he needs to look at how each ministry is equitably distributing national development and the national cake to all the corners of the country. It shouldn't be that all infrastructure is concentrated down south or in the middle belt. But whatever we are distributing across the country should be equitable. So when I go to Hamile, I should get the same quality of health as I'll get in Kumasi or in Accra. When I go to Pumakong, I should get the same quality of education like I get in Takrade and Sunyani.
We still did a bit of geography and economics. That's partly the reason why we only think that people troop or relocate from some areas to certain areas because of economic activities.
Yeah.
If I'm there and I don't get the quality of health delivery that and I have the means, wouldn't I move?
Yeah.
And that alone would inform my movement. You see, and don't tell me that because Saturday I was watching that documentary on the Chips compound without water and things.
Yeah.
And we walk a lot. You get to places, I tell people that sometimes I move out going to do my EIA or something, and when I get back to Accra, I don't listen to radio.
EIA is environmental impact assessment. You are using the terms, you have to break them.
You see, I don't listen because
why don't you listen to radio when you come back?
When you get there, you see the realities of what is on the ground, and it's entirely different. That picture is entirely different for what when I come back, what I hear. So it's about social sustainability
and equity.
Exactly.